Brian Scarpelli and I wrote this piece because we wanted to look at the clarity of standard-setting organizations, their rules, to see if that clarity had an effect on the success of the organization. A standard is a common specification that allows products to work together. And standards have all sorts of pro-competitive benefits, but sometimes there could be concerns. Sometimes the owner of a standard essential patent, an SEP or SEP, will exercise market power and hold up an entire industry once its patent is incorporated into the standard. At that time, it could refuse to license the patent, it could increase the price, and that's why standards organizations have created rules. One of the rules that's gotten a lot of attention is called a FRAND rule, fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory. And it says that the patent owner has to license on FRAND terms. So that's helpful, but sometimes it's unclear exactly what FRAND means. And so we looked at the IEEE, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers that focuses on wireless and wired communication standards. And the IEEE is known for having very clear rules. The IEEE has made clear what sort of injunctions are allowed. It has shed light on what a reasonable rate is. It has talked about the cross-licensing of non-essential patents. And so that seemed to be a really good example to focus on the clarity of standard-setting rules. Now in 2015, when the IEEE adopted these clear rules, there was a lot of criticism from patent owners and their proxies. They said that everyone would flee from the IEEE, that patent rights were being disrespected, that standards organizations other than IEEE would pick up the slack because everyone would leave IEEE. That scaremongering has turned out to be wrong. And we found that there was empirical evidence that the IEEE did better than ever after the 2015 rules. And that was measured along the lines of various metrics. Things like the approval of standards, which increased the technical influence, the extent to which the standard was incorporated into other standards, membership, new projects, all of these were at record highs, showing that the clarity of the IEEE's rules really did have a positive effect. And then one final point that we wanted to look at was litigation. So if you have clear rules, it seems like there would be less litigation. In contrast, if there are unclear rules, it seems like there would be a lot more litigation. So we compared the IEEE with ETSI. ETSI is the European Telecommunications Standards Institute that deals with cellular standards. And we found that ETSI, which did not have clear rules, for example, no rules on injunctions or reasonable rates, ETSI was responsible for 75% of all litigation involving standard essential patents, far, far more than the 2% that IEEE was responsible for. So at the end of the day, we thought that the clarity of the rules of IEEE had a significant effect, not only on the organization itself, but also on reducing litigation. And we conclude by saying that other standard-setting organizations should consider adopting clear rules just like the IEEE has. Thank you.